Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Dave. Annika knows as your flying potato or just a potato, it depends on you. You guys ask me questions about being cabin crew, so what better way to do it than on uniform. Don't forget to give this video a like, don't forget to follow me on all the social media as well. And let's get this party started.
Is it hard to do the course?
The course is a tiny bit hard. You have to study quite a lot. The course can go from 6 weeks to 8 weeks. It depends on the airline that you join. But yeah, the course is a tiny bit hard. You're gonna have to study for sure, because there's a lot of terminology and a lot of safety procedures that you need to learn. But honestly, it's worth it once you finish it.
What's the most annoying things the passengers do from Amelia, Flying Potato Gang?
So Amelia runs one of my fan pages on Instagram and on TikTok. If you don't follow me on TikTok, please make sure that you go and you have a look at it. Shameless plug. Not that people do weird stuff on board, because everybody's different and I'm not here to judge anyone, but one thing that it really creeps me out is when people go to the toilets barefoot. Don't go to the toilets barefoot. We clean them, but it's not the nicest place to put your feet on. I don't go to my toilet barefoot, so I don't think it's a good idea to do it. I think there's another question very similar to this one. So yeah, the biggest pet peeve that I have with people on board is exactly that.
How long have you been flying for?
I've been flying for about 6 years. I've been with a low-cost airline and then I moved to another airline.
Do you prefer early morning flights or late night flights?
Very good question. I do not like to fly early. If you fly early, you need to wake up like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm not a morning person, so definitely it has to be late flights. I prefer to arrive late and enjoy my evening than getting up early. I'm not a morning person at all.
I'm doing a cabin crew college course next year. Do you have any advice?
Good choice on doing the course in college. I believe that's what you mean. It's a very good thing that you do, because you're gonna get a lot of information towards the course that you're gonna go through on another airline. But my advice to you is, once you finish it, make sure that you apply for another airline to get your attestation. Once you have your flying attestation, it's so much easier to get into another airline and get into your dream airline. So my advice to you is, finish the course, study hard, move to another airline as soon as possible.
Do you like big or little planes best?
I prefer small planes because I like to work in small volume of people. I don't like to have too many people on board. I don't like long flights as working. When I go on holidays, I don't mind the long plane, like a big plane. I don't mind big planes when I go on holidays, but I prefer short flights and short planes.
What's your favourite aircraft?
Definitely Airbus A320neo, because it's quieter. Is it quieter?
Quieter.
It's quieter. And it's actually a very good aircraft because the display is quite nice. So yeah, Airbus A320neo.
If I was on your plane, would I get a hug?
Definitely. If you guys see me on a plane or on the streets, make sure that you please give me a hello. We can take pictures, do TikToks. Please make sure that you say hi.
Have you ever fallen in love with a passenger?
No, not at all. I've been on a date with a passenger, but that's another story if you want to hear a storyline sometime.
Are you allowed to have a relationship if you are workmates or work for the same airline?
Yes, I have lots of colleagues that fallen in love while working, pilots with cabin crew, or even colleagues that I work on my airline. They came from other airlines that they met flying. So yeah, definitely you can have a relationship with anyone that you meet at work for sure.
Do you need a degree to become cabin crew?
No, I think you need to finish your A-levels, and once you've done that, you are able to apply. But then, once again, that depends on the airline that you choose to work for, and normally on their website you have all the requirements that you need to have to be able to apply for the airline. But definitely what I can tell you is, there's a college course that you can do for cabin crew, so if you can do that, they will definitely give you a heads up.
How do you learn the safety information before a flight?
I believe what you mean is, well, like safety regulations, or do you mean display for passengers that are mobility impaired, or if you have any type of safety regulation that changes? That's done by the senior cabin crew manager on boards or on a briefing before the flight. If not, you get all the information about safety points on your training course.
What's the maximum number of flights you do in a day?
maximum number of flights. The maximum I've done is been 5 flights, but they were very short flights. Short flights like 20 minutes, literally just up and down. But normally in general, I only do 2 to 3 flights a day.
Is it fun being cabin crew? P.S. I love you so much.
Love you too. It is quite fun. You get to meet a lot of people, and you get to travel quite a lot, and you get to make friends. If you go away for 5 days with the same crew, you get to make very good friends with people that you fly with. So yeah, it's quite funny when you fly on board. We're there to make sure that everybody's safe above all, but for sure we have fun. We're there to make everybody feel comfortable and feel at home.
What about tattoos? Is it okay to have tattoos?
It is okay to get tattoos. I gotten a lot of questions because you guys know from my Instagram or from my videos that I have both arms tattooed. Is it okay? And as long as your uniform covers them, nobody can tell you anything or make you erase them. So as long as you have long sleeve, like I do, you're allowed to have them. Or if you're a girl and you want to know, you need to figure out if you're allowed to wear trousers if you have tattoos on your legs or something like that. So yeah, tattoos are allowed as long as they're covered by the uniform. Nobody can say anything.
What strengths should we have to succeed as a cabin crew member?
Good question. I think one of the biggest things is being approachable. You need to be able to talk with people and being able to make people feel at home. Like I said before, obviously there's points that you need to be assertive in case of emergency or a medical situation, but I think the biggest advice I can give you for sure is you need to be a people's person. You need to know your stuff, you need to know your course, and you know your safety points. But the biggest one, you have to be a people's person. You cannot do this job if you don't have good customer service, or if you're not okay with dealing with a lot of people, because you're going to deal with a lot of people in the same day.
Can you choose where you fly?
Depends of the airline. I know in some airlines you can bid what flights you want to go on, or my advice to you is swap if you want to fly with someone or you want to go somewhere. So make sure you make friends at work, so once you need a favor to go somewhere else, you can swap your flights with them.
Is it compulsory that members of cabin crew should be good looking and have a good personality?
It helps if you're good looking, obviously, but the biggest one here is, like I said before, it's being able to make people feel comfortable with you. So it doesn't matter if you look good but you have rude manners or you don't know how to talk with people. I think the most important thing is exactly approachability and the way your personality comes across to people, for sure.
Is there any piece of advice you can give me regarding Emirates?
Do your research before you go into an airline like that. It's quite a big change. I don't work for the airline and I'm not going to tell you that it's good or it's bad. I have friends that work for them. You need to move country, so you need to be prepared for that. So do your research and make sure that you read blogs. Loads of people talk about Emirates. So yeah, make sure you read.
When you want to apply for an airline, does it take a long time, and when can you work?
I think there's another question like this, very similar. It may take between a month and a half and 2 months. Depends on the airline once again. Your course might be 8 weeks, or your course might be 6 weeks. If you have a conversion, it might be 4 weeks. So it really depends on the airline that you join, but normally it's about a month and a half until you have your first flight. It takes a little bit longer, but again, it's worth it 100%.
Is it compulsory that you wear makeup while working?
If you're a girl, 100% you have to wear lipstick, light makeup, or you can have a full-on face. If you're a boy, I sometimes use under my eyes if I'm tired or if I don't look right. I did use makeup quite a lot before when I want to look the best, but it's not compulsory for boys to wear makeup at all.
You get free personal flights.
Every airline has this staff travel situation that you can bring someone with you or have your family, and what you do is you pick your destination. Obviously it's done through a website or a platform, and you can travel from one point to another only paying the tax for the airport. Different airlines have different agreements, but you have a little discount on it. That's why it's one of the perks of being cabin crew. It's traveling the world, but yeah, you get a discount, but you don't get freebies. I don't think you get freebies anywhere anymore.
What is the shortest flight you've ever been on?
London Gatwick to Paris. 25 minutes. Up and down. That was it.
I'm 5 foot, but my dream job has always been cabin crew. Is there a way around this?
Well, the minimum is 5'1". So my advice to you is go to the interview, and just give it a try. It's 5'1", so you basically have to reach the overhead compartments to be able to close them. I believe if you're in heels, you probably can do that. So yeah, just go for the interview and see what they say, because if it's that much of a difference, I don't think people will tell you no. But again, do your research before you go into an interview with an airline, see what's the requirements for that.
Can you do a YouTube video and say what life was like? Because I really want to know.
Here you have it. That's it. It's quite nice, it's good. You get to travel, you get to meet a lot of people and know a lot of places.
Have you met a fan on a plane?
Just a week before we all be in quarantine, I did meet a couple on a flight. Please, once again, if you meet me on a flight, make sure that you say hi. This girl in particular showed me my TikToks and she wanted to take a photo with me. So yeah, definitely. I met some of you. Again, if I meet you outside, make sure that you come and say hi. And you can do photos and TikToks and hugs and all of that.
Do you guys ever check people out?
No, not at all. At all.
What is the difference between a flight attendant and an in-flight manager?
I am a senior cabin crew member, so I am responsible for flight deck, manage the crew, and any type of situation in case of emergency on the plane. Cabin crew members have normal duties as safety duty requests, service requests, and all of that. But my job as a senior cabin crew manager is manage the team, make sure that everybody's motivated, everybody knows their manual and their safety procedures, and take care of the flight deck. So the difference between that is basically just responsibility. I get more responsibility and I have to do a lot of reports, and cabin crew don't.
Are you allowed to wear a beard?
Yes, as long as it's trimmed and is well shaped, you can wear it. Depends on the airline as well. But you're allowed to use it. You're not allowed to grow it while at work. So basically you have to grow it on your days off and then just shape it and have it well trimmed. That's all the questions that I have from you guys today. If you like this video, please make sure you give it a like, subscribe, ring the call bell, and make sure that you share. If you know anyone that wants to be cabin crew, this probably might help them. And yeah, so don't forget to do all of that. Love you. See you. Bye!